Let me start by saying that the challenges we have today in Ghana require very holistic, deliberate, and creative solutions to our issues. As a government and private sector, we need to generate at least 1 million jobs every year in this country, because 65% of Ghana's population made up of young people below the age of 30 years, in fact, below the age of 28 years. So we have a youth development crisis. We need to generate about 1 million jobs every year, both public and private sector, to get jobs for these young people. And the tourism, arts, and culture sector is determined to generate at least 150,000 of just 1 million jobs every year. That's what we want to do. We want to generate 150,000 jobs minimum every year within the tourism, arts, and culture sector for our young people. That's our pledge and that's our commitment. We cannot do this without the support of you people here. The media are very formidable partners in national development. We need you to support us. And how do you do that? We'll do that by letting you put shine, proper reporting on our cultural heritage, our cultural assets, our artistic assets, so that Ghanaians and outsiders can know that Ghana has a lot to offer. As earlier colleagues have mentioned, we have very good, attractive tourist sites in this country. From the Kulungungu Upper West through to the Laranga Mosque, Tofe Atemi in the Volta, Buti Falls in the eastern region, the Kintampo Waterfalls, Kwame Nkrumah Park, Nzulizu, Cape Coast Calumet Castle, all along the country have very good tourist attractions and good cultural heritage. And I want to urge you to put very positive shine on them. All over the world, France is #1 tourist destination in the world. It's because their media supposed to unearth tourist and cultural attractions in Paris. Spain is #2 in the world, where their media also shine light on the positive tourist attractions. We're not saying that there are negatives. I want you to see tourism as a culture as business. Package it, report it as business. That's what can attract both domestic tourists and international tourists. Our target as a ministry for this year is to get 1.2 million international arrivals, international tourists every year. That's our target for 2023. 1.2 million visitors. The same target for domestic arrivals, 1.2 million people. Can you imagine people traveling from Volta region to Northern, from Northern to Accra to Eastern Central? When people go around the country as tourists, we achieve 2 major things. We appreciate each other's cultural values. This enhances national unity and diversity. When people also travel around, they spend money. When they spend money, they energize the rural economy. So domestic tourism is very important for all of us. And I want to urge you, go beyond a normal reportage of regional minister doing this, district chief executive doing this, to add tourism. If you do that for tourism, we'll create a lot of jobs and opportunity for our young people. Last year, we did almost 1 million in terms of international tourism and domestic tourism. Each tourist in Ghana that come to Ghana from outside spends an average of $3,000. So if you're able to get 2 million tourists coming to Ghana every year, each tourist spends about $3,000. Took off $6 billion US to the Ghanaian economy. You can imagine how much that would go to help us solve our problems in terms of infrastructure, education, health, etc., etc. So the GTA, which is the implementing work of tourism, has embarked on a lot of domestic tourism drive. We are going to promote funeral tourism. Ghanaians will love funerals. So whilst we go on funerals, we turn it to a tourism attraction. Corporate tourism, where we encourage each Ghanaian, especially workers, when they take their leave, they visit their country to know tourist sites. And educational tourism, school children, catch them young, let them go with high buses, it's called excursions, and go to tourist sites around the country. That creates a bond of national unity. It makes us all value our culture and traditions. Mr. President, Excellent Nana Akufo-Addo launched the Year of Return 2019 and then Beyond the Return 2020. This has put Ghana on the map. The Year of Return has put Ghana on the map. Ghana is now seen as a center of Pan-Africanism, as a center of Black African Renaissance. All the African and the global diaspora come to Ghana every time. And in December, just in 3 months, what about the GT has launched what called December in GH, where everybody comes around the world to entertain themselves and to appreciate our cultural identity. I want to also promote December NGO activities. There are about 100 events approved by GTA. GTA has approved 100 events that happen between December and January. So I want to show true light on it. So in sum, what I want to say that I want to appreciate the role of the media in national development. There cannot be any systematic development without the media. And I want to put more emphasis on tourism, arts and culture. See tourism as a business that can generate jobs for our people, that can bring a lot of foreign exchange to facilitate and spur national growth. I want to thank you for your support and want to say that together, let's work and put tourism as a culture on the map and make tourism spur economic development and create jobs for our people.